So I'm here with
Robert Darrell Morrison. I'm a 53-year-old ex-con. I've done a 12-year bit and a 4-year bit, which is kind of screwy because 12 years was for armed robberies, and the 4 years was for taking another man's life, and I got manslaughter for that. But anyways, yeah, c'est la vie.
Where are you from originally?
Originally from Surrey, BC. My dad, my real dad and mom, they were married at the time, and my mom was screwing around on him, and he decided to take his law into his own hands and he tried to shoot her, right? He tried to kill her when I was 4 years old, but luckily for her, you know, the boyfriend she had knew karate and somehow wrestled the gun away from my dad and slammed it over his Jeep and broke it in half. And I know it was broken in half because the cops, they shot me in the back of the cop car with the broken gun. And they moved me soon afterwards, but yeah, it was different. But yeah, we had to, the separation was quick because my mom moved on pretty quick to another guy named Ed Peters, who's my sister's dad. He was my stepdad, who was a pretty good stepdad, actually. You know, and he was a painter by trade. And we moved all around Canada, man. We went from Newfoundland to Surrey, BC, you know.
Which place did you enjoy the most?
As a kid, Ottawa.
Why is that?
Ottawa, because the pools, there was plenty of them. And I remember, I loved to swim, and there was always time to go swimming. Yeah, you know, and there was all kinds of pools. Our apartment had one, you know. My friend's apartment had one. You know, in the area we lived in, there was about 15 pools you could choose from at any given time to go for a swim. So there was no shortage of pools. And you know, I was just a kid then. I was only about 10 or so. And, you know, there was some girls, but you know, we were just kids, so we didn't get involved with that too much, you know. A little bit here and there, and that was about it. You know, a little kiss, a little holding of the hands, and the giddiness and whatnot, but that was it. Yeah, but Calgary now I call home. Right now I'm homeless only because I'm waiting for an agency to pick me and my girlfriend up. We updated our SPAT as a family unit. So hopefully, because now we're staying at the DI, which is a shit fucking showhole.
Describe what it's like there.
Oh my God, there's a lot of mental cases there. There's a lot of drinking and drugging there. There's a lot of drug dealers there. It's an easy place to make money. Other than that, yeah, they don't run the place proper, you know, they don't. They got fucking rules for different people, you know. It's not run all on the same, they're not all on the same page, if that's the best way to put it, I guess. You know, so I just mind my own P's and Q's and just make my money and run. That's good enough for me. Yeah.
Do you remember when you first tried using drugs?
Yeah, I was probably I was probably 9 years old. And the first time was my mom wanted me to serve her alcohol for, it was Christmas Eve. They wanted me to serve them alcohol. Well, yeah, I served them alcohol, right? Every time I served them a drink, I had a drink myself. So I was probably, I don't know, probably, maybe I served 9 drinks, 8 drinks maybe, and I was shit-faced. I couldn't make it up to the fucking top of the stairs to go to the washroom to puke my ass off, man. I woke up with my head in puke, the stench of puke. It was nasty, it was fucking nasty. The next day they opened up a bottle of wine at the Christmas table and I couldn't even sit there. I had to go have my Christmas dinner in the living room by myself. Yeah. It was a bad scene. Bad scene. I learned my lesson, man, and learned it well. Yes. Yeah, I would never advise it. Do not drink, kids. No. Not even if you're curious, you know. Stay in school and get an education. That's where it's all at, you know. Knowledge is key, man. Knowledge is key. Yeah.
And what substance do you use now?
Right now, I use. I'm on methadone to curb my use of fentanyl. I'm still using because I still have the cravings, but I don't. I need that. Have to find my right dosage of methadone. You know, to combat, I guess, the usage of fentanyl. You know. So it'll probably be, I don't know, another 3 weeks before I find a dose that I'm going to be comfortable with and have it kill my cravings. You know, because fentanyl is a powerful drug, man. It's a killer. I've had many friends die. Too many to count on one hand, man. Too many to count on 2 hands. Too many to count on using my toes and fingers.
When does fentanyl become a problem?
I think the day it hit the streets, it became a problem. You know, I was in prison at the time it hit the streets, but I had heard about it. And, you know, people were dropping like flies. And, you know, I don't understand it. Like, man, why did they not fucking know this was gonna cause a major problem? Like, they must have, you know. Now, who was it? Who's to blame? I could tell you probably the users to blame, but if they're losing something, like fucking, let's not turn to fucking fentanyl to solve the problem, because fentanyl will kill you eventually. I've died twice because of it, you know. And both times was because of shooting it. The first time I was smoking it, and I did too much of a puff, and I keeled over too much, and that's about it, bro. And second time I was in the Sheldon Schumer injection site, and I injected some speedball. I did actually.
And what's a speedball?
A speedball is when you do fentanyl and crystal meth at the same time. And I had known that already, that, alright, it's gonna be
Can you tell me about your armed robberies and the...
Well, yeah, at the time, armed robberies, well, that's a story in itself. I was robbing banks to support my habit of cocaine, the powder stuff, and I was shooting up at the time. And I would rob a bank in Edmonton, I'd come down to Calgary, and I'd party. Money would be gone down here, and then I'd rob the bank down here, and then I'd go back up to Edmonton and do my thing there. And then as soon as the money ran out up there, I'd come back down here after robbing a bank, And I did that for fucking 16 months. And I ended up getting caught for 12 armed robberies. And I ended up getting made on 9 of them, and 1 attempt, and they ended up giving me 12 years, which wasn't bad at all, I didn't think, And I got David Abbey as my lawyer, and he was a good lawyer at the time. And he did the best that he could for me, and I was impressed. Because I was thinking maybe 20, but it didn't happen. So
What was it like serving the time?
serving the time, it was bullshit, crap.
What are some of the things you saw while in jail?
I've seen killings. I've seen a guy get stabbed 3 times in the neck. I've seen guys get their fucking balls pierced, nowhere to lie, their nutsack, and fucking with a sharpened up toothbrush. They pierce the ball, and then they stick this little glass BB in there, and they sew around it. And that's to give the woman more pleasure when they're having sexual intercourse. Some ancient Chinese secret. Yeah, and I actually learned how to tattoo there, so that was good. I started tattooing when I was 23 in there, and I just kept going, man. I had a good name. I wasn't getting stabbed, or people were liking their work, and I was living high on the horse too, because I would charge anywhere from friggin' 10 packs of cigarettes to 20 packs of cigarettes, for a tattoo. And I could sell my packs of smokes for $8, $9, depending on who you were, for a bundle or something, anyway. Yeah.
How did the manslaughter happen?
How did the manslaughter happen? Well, when they came back from the liquor store, and we ended up drinking about 3/4 of that 60-pounder, and I wondered how they paid for it, but I had to get up and use the washroom, and then my partner came in there and said, yo, fucking buddy's got your cash, man. I seen it at the liquor store. I said, well, how'd you see it? He said, well, how do you think I fucking paid for the rest of it, man? I don't got no fucking money. My ass is broke. Yeah, I know, your bastard's always broke. He was my partner, so. But I took care of him. I love the guy. I still love him today. Even though he took the stand against me, man, I forgave him. And I still love the guy, man. You know, whatever. Doing something like that with him? No. But, you know, I still love the guy, man. We spent 7 years together. Day in and day out, we were together. But anyway, so I ended up going back to
So how did it get to the point of you doing that?
well, I knew he had the money on him, so we had to get it out of him somehow. So we tried the calm and cool approach. Yo, where's my money, man? Just give me cough up, you know, fucking. Things don't have to turn out the way they're gonna turn out, you know. So.
You have a charger? 1 minute charger? I have a friend, this baby birthday here, but I couldn't go in. You don't have a charger?
Yeah. Anyways, like the guy, he had the money on him and we knew it, so I asked him for it. He wasn't coming off with it. So we started fighting. So we were punching him on the couch, beating him up, and he was kicking up at us, and he hit me in the balls a couple times. I felt it. I went, That's when I see my brother's Leatherman on the coffee table, and it was a little knife that you open up, and that's how he cut his weed with that. So I just picked that up and I just started stabbing him in the leg, you know, just so he'd stop kicking us. And then I stabbed him in the hand, and then I stabbed him in the face, and 16 times I ended up stabbing him. And, it was one of the blows that were in his leg that killed him, because I hit the main artery, and he died within 30 seconds. The doctor told me I did the autopsy and stuff, right? So, you know, which I feel like a piece of shit some days for it, you know, because I know the man had a kid, you know, a little daughter, and now she's gonna grow up without a father, and you know, I did that. I took daddy away, right? And I never ever thought I would have. And I don't think no man has the right to take another man's life, you know? No matter how good or bad or ugly a guy is, you know? He has a chance, he has a right to live in this world like everybody else, you know? So, I'll make my peace with God at some point, you know? And I think I have, for the most part. I did the restorative justice while I was in the penitentiary, where I wrote a letter to the family and, you know, I just explained my side of the story, and, you know, it was 19 pages long, and I had a female facilitator who did my In Search of Warrior program. I had her proofreader for me to see if I missed anything, you know. I just wanted it to be good, right? So she said, no, you hit everything on the mark, you know, you did good. So I said, okay, thank you. You know, that's what it's all about, you know, just giving back, you know.
And how long did you go to jail for that?
You know, 4 years. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I give you more time for armed robberies than they do for killing somebody. Isn't that crazy? Like, yeah, he was a known violent criminal, right? But still, like, that didn't give me a right to take that man's life out, you know? Because he was that, you know? Or that, like, fuck.
What are some of the craziest things you've seen while being homeless?
I think just what's going on with people's like health, like skin eating disease. You know, like fucking people's legs are, you know, getting eaten up. Like I see maggots in a guy's legs, you know, crawling around in there. Like, ugh, it was fucking disgusting, man.
What is that from?
From him not getting proper care for it, you know, like fuck, I told him straight up, I said, go take a hot shower, get that out of there, you know, like fuck, soak your legs in some fucking vinegar water or something, you know, have those things shrink up and fucking disappear, man, 'cause, you know, it's just nasty, man, you know.
What do you think can be done to help other homeless people in Calgary?
In Calgary, housing. I think housing is a big key, a big factor. You know, and affordable housing, you know. And housing, I would say, would be big number one.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Yeah. No problem at all.